Wildcats a little short-handed, taking on a very good Alcoa team.
Yeah, they are, David, and I see quite a couple of players I know that played on their JV team earlier tonight. I believe it'll be number 4. Yes, Nick Pasqua was a good player for him, a good shooter. I doubt we'll see much of him tonight. He was a JV player, but on the JV level, Nick Pasqua did a good job for him. So look for him in the upcoming years.
As we mentioned earlier, this is the opening night for this gymnasium. Just a great facility here at Alcoa High School. I've said that over and over. I just cannot emphasize. There's no way I can really explain it, how nice it looks here. I mean, you just kind of, hopefully, if you watch the replay of the cable on Channel 12 tomorrow, you'll be able to see exactly what it looks like, and that probably won't do it justice. Just a beautiful facility. Oak Ridge coached by Chuck Carringer, assisted by Shane Pascal, Rodney Jones, and, of course, David Scott, the assistant coach of the Wildcats. And we're about to get underway. It'll be Jacob McCartney to jump. The Wildcats will have on the wings tonight Nick Jackson, Steve Winfrey. The posts are McCartney and Kevin Kauchak. The point guard is Zach Goldmeyer. McCartney will jump for Oak Ridge. Let's see who steps in the circle to jump for the Tornadoes. It'll be number 24 for them, Darrell Dean, and we're about to get set. Here from Alcoa, the first varsity ball game, a boys varsity ball game ever played in this gym. And the ball is up, controlled by Alcoa. And we're underway here at Alcoa High School. For the basketball, their point guard, that's Daniel Pierce. Works the dribble up high, lobs the ball to the right corner. Out it goes to Stack for 3. It's up, no good. The rebound crashing down hard for it will be Oak Ridge's Jacob McCartney. To Zach Goldmeyer. Down the floor it goes to Jackson. Inside Kevin Kauchak to McCartney. McCartney drives, stops, kicks it out to Goldmeyer. We're just underway here, no score. Goldmeyer with it out to McCartney. Looks inside to Kauchak. Can't get the ball to him. There's Winfrey. Steve Winfrey on the right wing cannot shoot. Has the ball ripped out of his hands and knocked out of bounds by Alcoa. Ball goes creaming into the stands. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court, side midcourt. And to work the ball in here in a moment, nobody's there to inbounds. It'll be Nick Jackson. Scoreless ball game, 7:28 to play. Jackson will work the ball in. And it comes to the top of the key and to Goldmeyer. Goldmeyer works around the top of the circle. Bounce pass goes into McCartney. Then the ball is knocked out of bounds by Gregory Martin of Alcoa. The Oak Ridge basketball underneath the go. They come in at 6-1. The Wildcats come in at 7-6. Jackson to work the ball in from the baseline for the Wildcats. Looking, fires it into Kevin Kauchak. Double team, finds McCartney free, pulls up, takes a 10-footer. It's up, no good. On the rebound, Alcoa. Pulling down the board is Jeremy Stack, and they've got the basketball across the line. Here it goes to Daniel Pierce, top of the circle. The first varsity points ever scored in this gym were by DeWanna Henderson of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats. The Oak Ridge Alcoa, the Alcoa guys are trying to score the first 2 points in a boys game to make sure that trivia question is not 2 Oak Ridge players as they're in their new gym. There's another block shot, rebounded by Oak Ridge. No score as of yet. Here comes Jackson down the floor to Kauchak. One dribble, one shot is blocked, gets his own rebound, back up with a shot, and it's good. So they've opened their gym on their opening night, and the first 2 points for the girls and the boys have been scored by Oak Ridge. Trivia question, remember that 50 years from now.
David, you probably will. That's a good thing to start with for Oak Ridge. It's a good omen for the boys as well. The girls starting off with the 2-0 lead, the boys as well.
6:24 to play in the first quarter with the basketball. Daniel Pierce dribbles into the free throw line, cut off there by Winfrey. Kicks the ball back out left side. It goes to Kevin Taylor. Taylor can't take a three-point shot. Works it into Pierce, who kicks the ball back out. There's a walk, no call. Here's a shot from about 15. Banks it in, good. It wasn't pretty, but Jeremy Stack knocks it home, and we've got a tie ball game. 2-2 the score, and down the floor, Kevin Kauchak. He's got a wide open 3. Top of the key, good. 3-point shot for Kevin Kauchak, and Oak Ridge leads it 5-2. 5 minutes, 56 seconds to play here in the first quarter. For Kevin Kauchak on the year, a good 3-point shooter from the top of the circle. That is his 7th three-pointer. 5-2 Oak Ridge in the lead. Alcoa basketball, cross court, it goes out to Jeremy Stack. Will not shoot the basketball, works it over to Pierce. He's standing outside the 3-point line. He guns up a 3-point shot, good. 3-point shot for Alcoa's Daniel Pierce, and we've got a tie ball game. 5-5 the score, and down the floor will come Zach Goldmeyer. Kauchak thought about a 3, works it over to Jackson. Nick Jackson holds the ball, now dribbles left, gives it over to Winfrey. There's Goldmeyer. Goldmeyer looks inside of his post, can't get the ball inside. Oh, great feed from McCartney inside of Kauchak, good. Give the assist to Jacob McCartney. Give the bucket to Kevin Kauchak. Great feed by Jacob McCartney.
Good work there by the 2 posts. Jacob McCartney went up high to the top of the key, and Kevin cut down underneath. A good feed by Jacob into Kevin for an easy 2.
7-5 the score. Oak Ridge in the lead. 5:02 to play. They've got a wide open 3. Jeremy Stack knocks it home. And Alcoa leads Oak Ridge for the first time 8-7, 4:55 to play in the first quarter. Here's Kevin Kauchak down the floor to McCartney, double teamed in the paint, fouled. Personal foul called against Alcoa's Kevin Taylor. I believe that is the case. Personal foul indeed against him. That'll be the first foul called in the ball game. Oak Ridge trailing by 1, 8-7. Nick Jackson to work it in. Fires it in, intending his pass for Winfrey. Goes almost into the stands on a deflection. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. To work the ball in from underneath the goal is Nick Jackson. No, it's going to be from side court down in the corner. It'll be Jackson still the man to work the ball in. Jackson about to get the ball from the official. He's got it. Then it comes to Goldmeyer. Zach Goldmeyer attacks around a screen set by Kauchak. Has Jackson on the right wing. Has Winfrey on the left wing. The pass goes to the left wing to Winfrey for three. Up. No good. Steve Winfrey attempted a three-point shot, and they've got the basketball down the floor. Here's Kevin Taylor, guarded on the wing. He works the ball along the baseline. Martin kicks the ball back out inside. Nearly a steal by Winfrey. Saved on the floor by Oak Ridge's Jackson, then ripped out of his hands. Taken away by Alcoa. They work the ball back out to Pierce, guarded by Winfrey. 8-7 the score, a 1-point Tornado lead. 4:18 to play first quarter. Here it goes left side, stacked for three. Good, no good. On the rebound will come momentarily Goldmeyer, saved by McCartney. Oak Ridge basketball quickly to Goldmeyer. The Wildcats have a 3-on-2, but Alcoa quickly back on defense. Goldmeyer, Winfrey drives all the way to the baseline, kicks it out and throws it away. Oak Ridge's Kauchak is able to steal it right back, give it off to Goldmeyer to McCartney. McCartney drives, stops, hops, won't drop. On the rebound will come the Tornadoes. With the basketball will come Jeremy Stack. Wildcats look a little bit out of sync as they try to set up against the Alcoa defense. They trail by 1, 8-7, 3:45 to play first quarter, and a very fast-moving first quarter of basketball. Bounce pass is deflected, almost taken away by McCartney, but saved out on the floor by their Darrell Dean. He lobs the ball back to the midcourt circle, saved out there by the point guard Daniel Pierce, who throws up a floating 8-footer. Good. Alcoa by 3, 10-7. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Chuck Carringer is the head coach of the Wildcats. The Wildcats wear their Cardinal jerseys. They're working into McCartney off the glass shot. Good. McCartney just blows away Gregory Martin in the paint. They really don't have a good match for him, although big number 24, Darrell Dean, probably could match up with him. That time they got the matchup they wanted between McCartney and Martin, and it was an easy 2 for Oak Ridge. Here's Pierce dribbling across the paint, works the ball to the top of the circle, back to Kevin Taylor. Taylor to Pierce. Back inside it goes number 40, Martin. The shot is blocked, taken away by Oak Ridge. Once again, McCartney dominates Martin. Down the floor it goes to Oak Ridge's Goldmeyer. There's Jacob. Lobs the ball inside. Kauchak, great feed. Layup, good. Wildcats got another mismatch inside. Another assist to Jacob McCartney, and Oak Ridge retakes the lead by 1. 11-10 the score, 2:39 to play in the first quarter.
Oak Ridge doing a good job with their post, David. Both posts leading the way. They've got all 11 points for the Wildcats right now. Jacob McCartney with 2, and Kevin Kauchak with the 9 of the points. The ball turned over by Alcoa. It's going to be Oak Ridge's ball.
11-10 the score, 2:25 to play. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming down the floor. Oak Ridge playing with Kevin Kauchak, Zach Goldmeyer, Nick Jackson, Steve Winfrey, and Aaron White is now the ball game for McCartney. McCartney had a great little work ethic inside. He got a couple of rebounds early, has a couple assists, and he's now taking a seat besides Coach Rodney Jones. For the basketball, Oak Ridge's Goldmeyer. Out it goes to Winfrey. Winfrey thought about lobbing it inside to Kauchak. Can't get the ball to him. Back it goes to Jackson. Nick Jackson works it over to White. The freshman gives it over to the sophomore point guard, Zach Goldmeyer. Zach out to Winfrey, top of the circle, around to Jackson. Jackson looks inside of Aaron White. Can't get the ball to him. Swings it out to Kauchak. Kevin Kauchak getting a little bit more heavy pressure now being applied by Alcoa. Zach breaks through, drives in, scores, and draws a foul. Nice little drive by Zach Goldmeyer. The coaching staff for Alcoa not happy at all. They thought it should have been an offensive foul called, and they're really giving the official grief down there, and Zach's going to shoot a free throw.
Darrell Dean picks up his first foul, David, on the night. Zach picks up his first 2 points of the night, and he'll go to the free throw line. He's a 45% free throw shooter. Not very good. I guess one thing that hurt him was probably down there in Georgia, that one game where he was hit and miss, and right there, shots up and good. That's a typical Zach Goldmeyer.
Down the floor will come Alcoa, trailing Oak Ridge by 4, 14-10 the score. A minute 46 to play. We're in the first quarter with the basketball. Alcoa. Here's a pass inside to the big guy. Goes inside to Martin for a shot up, and it's good, and he's fouled. Wildcats didn't get back on defense. They have an opportunity for a three-point play. Kevin McKeithen doing our above-the-goal camera. Nick Suttles doing camera work up here along with Michael Friels.
Nick Jackson picks up his first foul of the night, David, and that'll be team foul number 1 for Oak Ridge. Number 40, Gregory Martin will go to the line. He'll have one shot, chance for a three-point play. He got his first 2 points of the night on his made shot. The free throw is good, and Oak Ridge will have the ball underneath.
14-13, Oak Ridge by 1. Oak Ridge will substitute Kevin Kauchak out. Jacob McCartney's back in the ball game. Oak Ridge playing with Aaron White, Zach Goldmeyer, Nick Jackson, Steve Winfrey, along with Jacob McCartney. Oak Ridge without the services tonight of Sherrod Scott and Josh Myers. We talked about that earlier. As Winfrey pulls up, he shoots at the free throw line way short. On the rebound, McCartney back up for the Wildcats. Missed the easy layup. Wildcats missed a couple easy ones. Here comes Alcoa back the other way. Minute 20 to play, first quarter. Pierce kicks the ball right side to Taylor. Kevin Taylor swings it over to Dean, allowing to Martin. Martin kicks the ball back out. They've got a shot at the top of the circle. That is Pierce for three, no good. On the rebound, Martin back up with a shot, blocked by McCartney, out of bounds. It'll be Alcoa basketball underneath the go. Martin having a little tough luck underneath there against Jacob McCartney. A little bit taller is Jacob than Martin. As Alcoa prepares to work the ball in, Jeremy Stack from the baseline, lobs the ball up high, and it comes to the midcourt line, back to Pierce. Wildcats staying in a zone. They swing the ball left side to Stack. Back to the top, it goes once again to Pierce. Wildcats staying in that zone, trying to get the ball inside if they can. Here's Martin, the lob inside number 24, high off the backboard, shot no good, gets his own rebound up. No good, draws the foul from Aaron White. Wildcats in the lead by 1, 14-13 the score, 51 seconds to play. And to the free throw line now will go Darrell Dean. Darrell is yet to score in the ball game, and this will be his first attempts from the free throw line. It's opening night here at the new Alcoa gym. Glad you tuned in, whether on WATO or on BBB Communications Channel 12 if you're watching the replay. As Oak Ridge substitutes Aaron White out of the ball game, Kevin Kauchak back in. We've got a tie ball game, 14-14, 4 straight points for Alcoa. They're trying to retake the lead. It's been back and forth here in the first quarter. He missed the toss. On the rebound, Oak Ridge's Kevin Kauchak to Goldmeyer. We remain tied at 14. Here's Oak Ridge's Kauchak, top of the circle, lobs the ball inside to McCartney. Not a great feed, taken away by Alcoa. Wildcats tried to force it in that time, and it's a turnover. Down the floor will come Alcoa, dribbling the ball across the line. Slowly will come the point guard, Daniel Pierce. 30 seconds to play first quarter. Pierce works the ball right wing. Off it goes to Taylor. Taylor top of the circle. Back to Pierce. It goes with Goldmeyer defending him. Out to the top it goes once again to Jeremy Stack. Around the horn it goes to Dean. 19 seconds to play. They're working, would appear, for the final shot here in this first quarter in a tie ball game. 14-14 the score. The Wildcats trying to win their 8th game of the year. Alcoa trying to win their 7th game of the year. They come in at 6-1. Oak Ridge 7-6. Pierce pulls up, guns a three-pointer. Good. Three-point shot as the first quarter comes to a close. Our score after 1 quarter of basketball here at the Alcoa High School gym. Alcoa leads Oak Ridge 17-14. And we'll be back following this 60-second timeout. On his duty was Michael Friels doing his technical work. Dick Settles doing camera work along with Kevin McKeith. And Oak Ridge basketball down by 3. Nice little three-pointer by Daniel Pierce to close out the first quarter for them to give them the 3-point lead. Oak Ridge basketball. Here's the lob. Left side it goes to Jackson. Nick Jackson works it over to McCartney. McCartney thought about going inside of Kauchak. Takes Martin one-on-one. Here's the hook shot. It's up. No good. They've got the rebound. Coming down with the board is Michael George. And down the floor it goes to Pierce. Somebody's got to pick him up defensively or he'll nail a 3 again. It's Stephen Winfrey picking him up. Dribbling and right in front of him, about a 5-foot cushion as he drives to the baseline. Now backs up, penetrates around a screen, pulls up and shoots up. No good. They get the rebound. Martin pulls it away once again. They got to do a better job getting a little closer to Pierce or he'll wear us out. Pierce drives in, dribbles the ball back behind him to George. Back to Stack it goes, pulls up and shoots. Good. Nice little floating jumper by Jeremy Stack, and Oak Ridge trails by 5. 19-14 the score, 7:09 to play in the first half. Oak Ridge trying to get their offense going here. Here's Kauchak. Round it goes to Goldmeyer. The Wildcats need to get the ball in the post a little bit quicker as Kauchak looks inside of McCartney. Back it goes to Winfrey. Winfrey holds it on the left wing, guarded there by Taylor. Drives to the baseline, kicks it over to McCartney. McCartney kicks it out to Goldmeyer. Inside to Kauchak. He's fouled. They got the post feed quickly that time. Reaching in was Michael George, and he hacks Kevin Kauchak on the right wrist and commits the personal foul. Team foul number 2 called against Alcoa. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. 19-14 Oak Ridge trails. Here it goes to Kauchak. Goes up with a shot. Good. Kind of reverse layup. Kind of a hard-looking shot. Just got enough on it, and Kevin Kauchak drops it in.
Nice look there by Kevin Kauchak. Right under the goal. He put it up, kind of like he said, a reverse layup without doing a layup. He was right there, so he just had to put it up and finger roll it in for the 2 points.
Coming off of a 25-point performance against Westside Macon High School last Friday. 19-16, the Wildcats trailing by 3. Alcoa basketball, 6:21 to play in the first half. With it will come Kevin Taylor, guarded by Nick Jackson. Dribbles right, looks inside to Martin, can't get the ball to him, has to back it up to Pierce. Pierce guarded closely now by Gomar. He works the ball to Martin. Martin with his back to the goal, wants to shoot over Kauchak, does, and scores. Kevin Kauchak defending, and Martin drops it through. Here's Zach Gomar back the other way. It's a 5-point game, 21-16 the score. Winfrey to McCartney against Martin. Cannot shoot, stripped to the ball, taken by Martin. He put the ball over his head and just had it ripped from the backside, and they got an easy one. Here's a three-pointer. That's an easy one for him. Stack buries home the shot. Coach Carringer wants a timeout. Wildcats didn't guard the ball, and they lost it and gave up 3 points on the other end. 24-16 our score. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Back here on WATO and BBB Communications Channel 12. Wildcats trailing now by 8, 24-16. We were looking over the score sheet. So far, the Wildcats haven't gotten a whole lot from their guards. In fact, they've been shut out through to the 5:45 mark of the second quarter, with the exception of Zach Gomar, who has a three points, a bucket, and a free throw. The wings have yet to provide any offense. The Wildcats had a really much better time getting scoring from that position as the Wildcat guard turns one over again down in Georgia, but so far Alcoa is doing a good job keeping Oak Ridge from getting anything from the guard position offensively. Now let's see if Oak Ridge can make a stop on defense. Pierce with it, bounce pass goes inside to number 24, that's Dean. Pulls up, takes a 5-footer, it's off the rim, no good. Wildcats McCartney on the rebound. The Wildcats need to go. Here goes to Gomar down the floor, off it goes to Jackson. Jackson works the ball inside to McCartney. McCartney drives, stops, wants to shoot, 5-footer, it's off the rim, no good, a little bit short. On the rebound will come Alcoa. 24-16 the score. The Wildcats haven't scored in a while. Here's Pierce working outside for a 3, long range shot, no good. Wildcats can't get the board. Pierce has got it once again on a rebound from Kevin Taylor in the midcourt circle, and calling the play is their point guard Daniel Pierce. Wildcats down 24-16. 4:44 to play in the second quarter. Lots of motion, getting open shots, good. Another three-pointer. They just set one screen after another, and they bury home a jumper, and Oak Ridge now trails by 11, and Oak Ridge needs to put some points in the hole here. Wildcats have gotten all their scoring from the post, as I mentioned, as Gomar dribbles in, kicks it over to McCartney, drives in, layup, good. Jake scores. It was the penetration by the guard that time that got the easy 2 to Jacob McCartney.
Yeah, it was, David. The guards are going to have to start doing something, whether it be penetrating or putting in the points. They're going to have to start doing something to contribute to this game, but it's going to get really ugly.
They got to get more active is what they need to do. 27-18 the score. With the basketball will come Stack, top of the circle, out it goes to Taylor. They've shot the ball well to start this ball game. The Tornadoes have from three-point land. The Wildcats extend a little bit. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge's Gomar. Zach with it down the floor, 27-18 the score. Here comes to Jackson. Nick Jackson to Winfrey. Can't get the ball inside of Kauchak. Works the ball over to Oak Ridge's McCarty to Gomar. Back to Kauchak. Baseline jumper is up. Good. Nice shot for Kevin Kauchak, who just steps out and drops home the shot, and Oak Ridge cuts the gap back to 7. 27-20 the score, 3:36 to play, and an official's timeout as one of the Tornadoes needs to stop and tie his shoes. The girls won tonight. Final score of their game, Oak Ridge won comfortably, 77-48. The boys are trailing by 7 here, 27-20, 3:35 to play in the first half, and this game is just flying on by. Hardly any fouls, only 5 team fouls total called here in the first half, when we're down to 3:35 to play. Oak Ridge playing with Winfrey, Gomar, Jackson, Kauchak, and Aaron White in the ball game. Wildcats without the services of Sherrod Scott as they get another three-pointer on its way up, no good. The Wildcats can't get the rebound. Now it's deflected by Alcoa, saved by Winfrey. Then he has the ball ripped out of his hands and knocked out of bounds by Alcoa. Wildcats coming down the floor, and then they'll see Martin come back in the ball game. Oak Ridge is going to get it, trailing by 7 points, 27-20. It'll be Nick Jackson to work the ball in. Jackson from the baseline will try to work it in, yet to do so. Fires it up high, a high pass to Kauchak to Winfrey. Winfrey back to Kauchak, over to Gomar, three-pointer, won't take it. Jackson pulls up, takes a 12-footer, it's good, nice shot. Nick Jackson, and Oak Ridge cuts the gap down to 5. 27-22, so the Wildcats getting back in the ball game. Let's see what they can do on defense.
Yeah, they are, David, and that's thanks to some guard action out there. Nick with that nice shot, and Zach opening up an easy 2 points for Kevin. And Kevin in the game already has 13, and here's a steal by Nick Jackson.
Martin turns it over, and here comes Gilmar down the floor. Oak Ridge trailing 27-22. Kevin Kauchak back to Jackson, looks inside to Aaron White, tries to go into him. There's Winfrey, top of the circle. Winfrey drives, stops, shoots an 8-footer, too strong, no good. Kauchak on the board from the right block. He spins, he shoots and scores. Kevin Kauchak scores for the Wildcats. It's a 3-point game, 27-24, and just like that, the Wildcats are right back in the ball game.
David, they're doing a great job on defense. They've held the Tornadoes from scoring anything, and they've scored 8 themselves.
With the basketball stacked to Pierce. Around the horn, it goes out to Taylor. Around to Martin, three-point land, will not take the shot. The Wildcats staying in their zone, just kind of daring them to take that long-range shot. Stack has had a couple good threes so far. He comes cross-court with the pass. Out it goes to Taylor. Taylor to Pierce. He thought about a three, won't take it. Lobs the ball back to the left side of Martin. Trapped along the baseline. Nearly throws the ball away. Saved away by Stack. He head fakes, pulls up, takes a 12-footer off the rim. No good. Gets his own rebound back up with it. That's a terrible shot. On the rebound will come Nick Jackson. Jackson with it to Goldmeyer. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Winfrey pulls up, 5-footer. No good. On the rebound, big battle for it. Taken away by Alcoa. Winfrey struggling a little bit with his shot here. Down the floor, he goes out to Stack for 3. On target, hits the rim, no good. Nick Jackson on the rebound. Jackson harassed, gives it over to Gilmar. The Wildcats have the numbers. Here comes Zach racing across the time stripe. Wildcats down by 3, 27-24. Here's Kauchak. Winfrey left wide open on the left wing. He's now picked up by Taylor. He swings it out to Nick Jackson. Won't take the 3. Over it goes to Gilmar. Gilmar back to White. White works it out to Winfrey. They're just giving him the shot. Now they come up defensively against him. They lob the ball, and Winfrey almost throws it away. Saved by Jackson. Pulls up and shoots and scores. Nick Jackson scores. Stevens struggling a little bit with his game right now, but the Wildcat guard, Nick Jackson, picking up the slack. 27-26 to score. 56 seconds to play in the first half. Winfrey's a competitor, though. He does the little things out there. Right now, his shot just not falling for him. I would expect in the second half we'll see a different Steve Winfrey. He works hard on defense. If you don't have your shot going, as they get up a 3, that's no good. The rebound knocked out of bounds by Aaron White. If you don't have your shot going, at least you can play hard on defense, and that's what Steve Winfrey's doing.
Yeah, he does, David, and he does a great job on defense. He had one breakdown at the end of the quarter there where I believe Daniel Pierce shot a 3 over him, but he's playing hard defense there. Pierce just got a good outside shot, and he showed it over Steve right there.
Inbounds comes in with 40 seconds. Oak Ridge trailing by 1, 27-26. Just a little while ago, it was about a double-digit lead for Alcoa. The Wildcats have cut it to 1, and they'll go for the final shot here again. They hit a 3 to end the first quarter. Wildcats not wanting to give up that one here. Wildcats just hanging back in their zone, and Alcoa content to work time off the clock. Oak Ridge playing with Goldmeyer, Ellery Harvest in the ball game for the first time, along with Steve Winfrey, Jacob McCartney, and Aaron White. Pierce just dribbling the ball with 10 seconds to play. Now he sets the motion, play in motion, dribbles right, kicks it over to number 20. That's Taylor. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. He throws up a three-pointer. It's no good. On the rebound, McCartney. 1 second. He's fouled. But it won't matter because the half comes to a close. I don't think that's the shot they wanted. Oak Ridge did a pretty good job denying them the shot that they wanted. The second quarter has come to a close. It is not the 7th team foul. It's only the 3rd foul call. The official looked up at the scoreboard and said, I don't know how many fouls are there. Do we shoot one in the bonus? He looked up. It was only 3 fouls called against Alcoa, so that will not get the Wildcats to the free throw line. Oak Ridge came from about 10 or 11 points back to close the gap to 1, 27-26 here at the halfway mark.
It was a 9-point lead for Alcoa. It's the biggest it's been so far. And Oak Ridge, as you said, they've came back and brought it to a 1-point lead for Alcoa, 27-26 at the half. A good job there in the second quarter bringing it back. Well, latter part of the second quarter anyway, because that lead came at the beginning of the second quarter. So a good job by the Wildcats in the second quarter to bring it back and close that gap back down.
Kevin McKeithen is going to take a panoramic view of this brand new facility here at Alcoa while their dance team dances down in front. We'll just keep it alive here on the radio for those of you who want to see this brand new facility here. And Coach Pruden said for anybody who has any money out there and they want to contribute it to a new gym, this is a state-of-the-art facility, and it looks so great because it's our school colors, so it looks just great here. Kevin McKeithen and Nick Suttles and Michael Frills providing our view of the gym here. Our halftime score, Oak Ridge on top, or trailing that is, 27-26. The dance team for Alcoa is dancing down in front. We're going to send it back to Cynthia. When we come back, Jonathan will run down the first half statistics. Oak Ridge trails 27-26. We'll also talk about the girls game, and we'll get to that following this 3-minute timeout.
right on or about a second after should be fine because I started a few seconds late.
Back here at Alcoa High School on AM 1290 WATO, and for those of you on the cable, if he starts the tape, that's a shot of Josh Myers, who was in that serious automobile accident. It's good to see Josh here. Halftime score, Oak Ridge trailing 27-26. Alcoa is going to get the ball first as we start play here in the second half. Our camera personnel, Kevin McKeithen, Nick Settles, and Michael Friels. Cynthia's back in the studios at WATO, and we're about to get set here. Oak Ridge comes out with Zach Goldmeyer, along with Stephen Winfrey, Nick Jackson, Kevin Kauchak had an outstanding first half, along with Jacob McCartney. 27-26, Alcoa by 1. With the basketball, Pierce thought about a three, won't drive the baseline. Now they almost throw the ball away. Martin with it, kicks the ball back out around to Pierce. He's free for a three. It's up. No good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge's Jackson. Wildcats with a chance to retake the lead here. Nick works into Kauchak. 17 points in the ball game for Kevin Kauchak, and Oak Ridge takes the lead 28-27. So the Wildcats didn't panic. They came right back. They got the first 2 points out of the break here after closing a big gap down in the second quarter. Here's Pierce with the basketball, top of the circle. They're moving now from left to right, wearing predominantly white jerseys with maroon trim. The Wildcats wearing all Cardinal tonight with gray and white trim. 28-27, Oak Ridge on top by 1. Here's Martin from the baseline, air ball, no good. On the rebound, back up to Stack, good. Jeremy Stack scores off the glass, and Oak Ridge trails again by 1. Here's Oak Ridge down the floor with Oak Ridge's Goldmeyer to Kauchak. Kauchak top of the circle, around it goes once again to Winfrey. Steve Winfrey lost the ball, grabs it right back, works the ball to the right side, gives it out to McCartney. McCartney thought about shooting a three, won't do it. Oak Ridge down by a point. 29-28 the score, 6:44 to play, third quarter. Nick Jackson lobs it inside to Kevin Kauchak. There's McCartney, free throw line, drives in, kicks it out to Winfrey. Steve calls the play and dribbles the ball into the midcourt circle. Comes off to the right, now comes off to his left, penetrates the paint, throws the ball out here to Goldmeyer. Goldmeyer works the ball out to Kauchak, wide open three, top of the key, a little strong, no good. On the rebound will come Martin. Martin pulls away for Alcoa. 1 point tornado lead. Pierce, top of the circle, swings it out to Taylor. Kevin Taylor guarded by Nick Jackson. Penetrates in, kicks it out right side. Off it goes to Daryl Dean. Pulls up, shoots an 8-footer. It's no good. On the rebound will come Taylor. Back out for a three. It rattles in good. Jeremy Stack knocks it in, and it's a 4-point game once again. Here comes Winfrey down the floor. Winfrey out to Kauchak. Stops, top of the circle. Out it goes to Jackson. Nick Jackson holds the ball, dribbles to the top, finds Winfrey free, swings it over here to Goldmeyer. Back to Kevin Kauchak. Won't take a three. There's Jackson inside McCartney. Jacob turns, spins, cannot shoot. Winfrey top of the circle, dribbles in, walks with the basketball. Winfrey turns it over, and the Wildcat lead, which was just one a moment ago, has been cut, and now they lead by 4. 32-28 the score. Remember, Sherrod Scott is not here with the Wildcats. He had 6 teeth removed this week, so he's not with them. And of course, Josh Myers, who I mentioned was in that accident, he's with the team, but of course can't play for a while, and we're just glad to see Josh is okay. With the basketball will come Pierce. 32-28 the score. Stack top of the circle. He's been a big shooter from the perimeter, as has Pierce. Here's Martin getting it on the block against Kauchak. Dribbles in, wants to shoot over the top of him, and he does. 6-point game, and here come the Wildcats back the other way. Oak Ridge was up by 1, now they trail by 6. Now they get it inside of McCartney, easy bucket. Jacob scores inside. Jake's got his 6-point, and Oak Ridge trails by 4. 34-30 the score. Kyle, you having fun up here? Kyle Clark up here, normally down there with the team, but he's up here in our broadcast vantage point as Gregory Martin works the ball right side. Here it goes out to the top of the circle to Kevin Taylor, guarded by Jackson. The Wildcats working hard defensively. McCartney and Stack kind of tangle up just a little bit. As Martin drives in, now he's cut off by McCartney, swings it out to Pierce, lobs the ball inside of number 32. That'll be Michael George. His shot is up, no good. Kauchak battles for the rebound, grabs it and deflects it over to McCartney. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Jackson inside of Kauchak. The ball goes off his fingertips out of bounds. Kind of a quick pass, not a bad pass by Jackson. Kevin just couldn't quite corral it. It goes out of bounds. 4-point game, 34-30 the score, 4:30 to play in the third quarter, and what has been a very fast-paced game because there has been so few fouls. We've almost played 4 minutes of the third quarter and no fouls have been called. Here's a deflection by Kauchak, saved by Martin, back up with a shot, up, Martin scores. 6-point game, and the Wildcats trail 36-30. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor with Zach Goldmeyer. Over at Kauchak, it goes to Jackson. Jackson inside of McCartney against Martin. Turns, spins, drives, shoots, short. On the rebound, Kauchak up with a shot. Good. Kauchak just was able to get his hands in there, rebound it, and put it back through. 4-point game, 36-32, and Kevin's taking up where he left off down in Georgia. He's had a big night tonight.
Yeah, he has, David. 19 points in the ball game so far. Only 4 rebounds, though, but that's because he's making most of his shots. He's not having to take 2 shots or 2 and 3 shots when he's down there. He's making them on the first try.
What I like about the way this game is being officiated, there is just no fouls at all. Goldmeyer goes inside Kauchak, turning, spinning, driving. Kauchak scores again. Over the top of Michael George, and Oak Ridge cuts the lead to 2, 36-34. George was defending Kauchak with his back to him, never saw the ball coming. 2-point game, 3:22 to play, third quarter, in a very rapid pace game. Here's Alcoa shooting a shot, no good. McCartney on the rebound. Wildcats with it, down 2, 36-34 to Alcoa. Nick Jackson outside the line, works it over to McCartney, inside of Kauchak, layup good. Kauchak is a scoring machine tonight. 36-36 to score, and he's got 23 points, and more importantly, the game is tied. Down the floor will come Alcoa once again. Dribbling the basketball is Daniel Pierce. Works the ball guarded by Winfrey. Works the ball top of the key. Out it goes to Michael George. Around the horn, and once again it goes to Kevin Taylor. Taylor to Martin, back to Taylor. A wide open 3. Shoots. Brick. No good. On the rebound, McCartney of Oak Ridge. Jacob with it to Goldmeyer. To Winfrey. There's Kauchak wide open. Should be an easy layup. Here it is. He scores. Are they not going to guard him? I think Alcoa wants to talk about it. Kauchak is being left to roam free. Nobody. They're paying so much attention to Jacob McCartney right now that they're just leaving Kevin Kauchak open, and he is really paying big dividends for the Wildcats. 25 points right now.
David, although I'm glad that I'm sure that Jacob would be much more happy if he had more than 6 points in the ball game, but his 6 points, although he doesn't have that many, all his things are coming from assists. He's assisted Kevin, I'd say, probably 8 times so far in the ball game, and Kevin with 25 points right now. He's doing a great job. Jacob on defense and on the boards is doing a great job. He's got 11 rebounds right now. Kevin's got 4 in the ball game, and Jacob's going to take a seat right now. They're going to sub in Aaron White for him. The rest of the players will be the same: Goldmeyer, Winfrey, Kauchak, and Jackson all in the ball game for the Wildcats.
38-36, Oak Ridge by 2, and down the floor with the basketball will come the Alcoa Tornadoes. The Wildcats, as Jonathan mentioned, with the substitute Aaron White in. Winfrey, Goldmeyer, along with Jackson and Kauchak. Stack for 3, it's on its way, hits the rim, no good. They get the rebound and kick it out to Pierce. I thought he was going to take a 3-point shot from about 5 feet outside the arc. He did not. Penetrates in, now guns a 3, it's short, way short. They get the rebound back up, no good. Foul called against Aaron White. Pierce continues to fire the 3s up there, that's for sure. He doesn't have any fear of shooting from way outside the arc. It'll be a shooting violation. They have an opportunity to tie the ball game. 2:07 to play, and that is the first foul called here in the second half. I love the way these guys are calling this ball game. Tosses up, good. Usually when we come to Blount County, we're not too pleased with the way it's called, but tonight, everything going great. We're just letting the 2 teams play.
No, we aren't, David. Maybe the normal refs are sick, or all the Blount County refs are sick, and these aren't Blount County refs, as the second shot as well is good, and Darrell Dean's got 3 points. But like you said, this is not any kind of normal Blount County calls.
Winfrey down the floor to Jackson, inside of Aaron White, stripped to the ball, taken away by Pierce. Tie ball game, 38-38 the score. Here's Pierce driving, stripped to the ball, and fouled by Steve Winfrey. Winfrey commits the personal foul. That'll be his first personal foul. Nobody in any foul trouble at all. Nobody shot free throws hardly in the first half. In terms of one of the bonus, there was 1 free throw shot by Oak Ridge, and they shot about 5, I do believe. And it comes to number 30, trapped in the corner by White, and Winfrey fires the ball and throws it away. Oak Ridge is going to get it on an over and back, and finally the official makes the call. And it'll be Oak Ridge getting back the basketball side court in a tie ball game, 38-38. Kevin Kauchak, that scoring machine, is out of the contest with 25 points. 38-38 the score. McCartney's back in. Winfrey's played the whole game. Jackson's played the whole game. Goldmeyer, McCartney, and White in the ball game. Oak Ridge basketball, 38-38 the score. 1:45 to play in the third period. Zach Goldmeyer at the point to Jackson. Nick will drive. Nick thought about shooting. Will from about 12 feet. in and out, no good. Tipson saved by McCartney, back to Jackson, back to McCartney. Jake won't take the shot, swings it out. Winfrey, they need this three. It's good. 3-point shot, Steve Winfrey, and the Wildcats needed that big shot, and the Wildcat lead is back to 3. 41-38, and they needed some offense from Steve Winfrey.
Yeah, they did, David. His shot, as you said, hadn't been falling. He stepped off his shot knowing that it wasn't falling in the first half. He came back out here. First shot in the second half, that big three right there, that puts Oak Ridge up by 3.
They've got the basketball. Pierce is left free for his own 3. He missed it. On the rebound will come the Tornadoes. Here comes number 24 with a shot. Good. Nice shot. Darrell Dean. It's a 1-point Wildcat lead. 41-40 the score. 55 seconds to play in the third quarter. Here comes Zach Gomar attacking against Pierce. All the way down to the left. Comes back to the right. Blows his man away. Gives the ball to the post to McCartney. He turns. He spins. He drives. Kicks it out to Jacob, to Aaron White. One dribble. Aaron shoots. Missed it. On the rebound, Alcoa. Dennis Dean pulls down the board for the Tornadoes. They've put a few new bodies in the ball game with 33 seconds to play, trying to find somebody hopefully to play some post defense. I think that's probably why they've made that move. They'll play for the final shot, it would appear here. 26 seconds to play. Oak Ridge by 1, 41-40. Oak Ridge won the girls game on this opening day of basketball here at their new gym. The boys trying to return the favor. Nearly a steal by Winfrey, saved by Alcoa to Pierce. They're just kind of throwing the ball right between Winfrey's hands. They're very fortunate that Oak Ridge didn't pick that off. 7 seconds to play. Pierce is going to take the shot. I double team, and he's just going to pull up and shoot a three-pointer. Good. Not much you can do about that as the quarter comes to a close. Oak Ridge trails by 2. You knew he was going to shoot it. I would have come out of that zone and just come up there with 3 guys and just made him shoot over the top.
Yeah, David, at that point, with a few seconds to go, you might as well circle him up and get as good on him, trap him up. So he's got to shoot over to 3 people instead of just 1. If they want to take an easy shot from there, if he tries to get a pass off and with the time short like it was and try to get it inside and make an easy 2-point play, let them have the 2 points. Make them work for the 3. Right there for number 14, Daniel Pierce, shooting over 1 person. A 3 for him like that is nothing, and he's been showing us that.
How many does he have tonight? Seems like he's got a ton of them. I guess
he's only got 3 tonight, David. He's missed quite a few. But his partner over there, the other guard, Jeremy Stack, has 4 in the ball game. He's 4 of about 8, it looks like, 4 of 9, and Daniel Pierce is 3 of 9. So 4 and 3 of 9 for the 2 guards from 3-point range.
The game's been an exciting one. We've only seen 2 fouls called at all the entire third quarter. They just let them play back and forth. Then a back and forth affair. Both teams have had leads. Wildcats trail now by 2, 43-41 as we start play here in the 4th and final quarter. The Wildcats come out with Winfrey, Jackson, Kauchak, McCartney, and Goldmeyer. It'll be Oak Ridge to work the ball in. It'll be Nick Jackson to work the ball in from side midcourt. Officials are about set. 8 minutes on the clock, and Oak Ridge about to inbounds it. The ball goes from the official to Jackson, and Oak Ridge will try to work it in. Then it comes to Zach Goldmeyer, and we're underway here in the 4th quarter. Zach brings the ball back across the time stripe. Pierce guards him closely. He works the ball right side to Jackson. Thought about shooting. Goes inside to Jacob McCartney. Hook shot. He hits the rim. No good. Gets his own rebound back up. Good. Jake ties the ball game at 43. And down the floor will come the Alcoa Tornadoes, trying to win their 7th game. They come in at 6-1. They just haven't played as many ball games. Their football team went a long ways, as it normally does, in the playoffs, and obviously they haven't played that many ball games. Only 7. The Wildcats have already played nearly 14. This is their 14th game. They've got a 3 in again. 3-pointer by Stack. He drills it home, and Oak Ridge trails by 3, 46-43, and boy, they've got a good 3-point shooting team.
Yeah, they do. That's the 21st point for Stack, and he's now 5 of 10, I think, from the 3-point range.
Here's Goldmeyer, cross court to Winfrey. Steve Winfrey holds the ball, needs to go inside, goes out to Goldmeyer to Jackson. Nick Jackson, as the defense shifts around to him, over goes to Kauchak. Kauchak to McCartney. Jacob McCartney outside the 3-point line, goes inside to Kauchak, wants to shoot, kicks it over to Goldmeyer. There's Winfrey, there's Jackson with the pass. Around the wing, the Wildcats give it over to McCartney, inside to Kauchak, spinning 5-footer, good. Kevin Kauchak has 27 points, that's a new career high. 46-45, Alcoa by 1. 6:38 to play here in the basketball game. Down the floor with a little pressure comes Daniel Pierce, the point guard for the Alcoa Tornadoes, dribbling in the midcourt circle, guarded by Steve Winfrey. Got a screen, pulls up right side, gives it out to Taylor. Kevin Taylor, guarded by Nick Jackson, swings the ball back to the left side, over it goes to Pierce. Winfrey giving him a little bit of a cushion. They give it out to the left side to Stack. Stack not able to shoot, he dribbles it off his foot, off the foot of Goldmeyer, they say out of bounds. There'll be Alcoa basketball in front of the Alcoa bench directly across the floor from me. So we broadcast from the second level of this beautiful gym at Alcoa High School. And it comes to Daniel Pierce, guarded by Winfrey. The Wildcats playing with Kauchak, McCartney, Winfrey, Jackson, and Goldmeyer. Nearly a steal by Kevin. Saved on the floor by number 30, Dennis Dean. To Pierce. Pierce pulls up, thought about shooting a long-range three, still dribbling left, kicks the ball left corner over to Taylor. Taylor got it by Jackson. They're working a little time off the clock now. Wildcats staying in their zone. Here comes a floating shot, missed. Not a good look at it. The ball is knocked off the ankle, actually off the thigh of one of the Wildcats, out of bounds. It'll be their basketball. They'll substitute Martin back in the ball game. Also coming in is Michael George. We need to get Stack and Pierce out of here, and I'd feel a lot better about this ball game. They shoot the ball so well. Stack about to work it in from the baseline. Tries to fire it in up high, and it comes in to Pierce. He has to track it down back in the rear court. 5:49 to play in the ball game. 46-45, Alcoa by 1. Wildcats trying to win their 8th game of the year. So Alcoa works their offense. The Wildcats staying in their zone. Here it goes to Martin. Martin doesn't know what to do with it. He drives the paint, kicks it out to Stack. Three-pointer is going to be up short. On the rebound, Jackson of the Wildcats. Nick Jackson with it to Goldmeyer. The Wildcats with a chance to retake the lead. They trail by 1, 46-45. Zach Goldmeyer dribbling to the midcourt circle against their zone. Finds Jackson on the right side to Winfrey. Steve Winfrey kicks it back out to Jackson. Jackson stripped of the ball, grabs it right back. Ball's on the floor, saves it, gives it out to Goldmeyer. Great play by Jackson. Here goes to Zach to Kauchak, left corner. Kauchak back to Goldmeyer. The Wildcats have Winfrey free on the wing. Can't get the shot off. Here's Jackson, a 12-footer, a little short. On the rebound, saved away by Alcoa. They work the ball down to Pierce. It remains a 1-point game. Alcoa on top, 46-45. Pierce guarded by Jackson, backs up. Wildcat head coach Chuck Carringer yelling out instructions to his team. They work it over to Stack. Stack to Martin. Martin inside of number 32, back to Martin, drives in, shoots, and scores. That's a great little backdoor cut by Gregory Martin, and Oak Ridge trails by 3. 48-45 the score, 4:36 to play in the game. Nick Jackson calls a timeout. Giving him instructions as the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Chuck Carringer. We'll take one ourselves. 48-45 the score. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Jonathan Walls back here at Alcoa High School on AM 1290 WATO and BBB Communications Channel 12. The replay of the girls game in this game can be seen with the girls game beginning at 12 noon. Oak Ridge trails by 3, 48-45. They've got the basketball underneath the goal. 4.5 minutes to play in the game. Jackson trying to work it in, does to Goldmeyer. Zach squares the floor at the point position, back to Jackson. Jackson to McCartney. Inside, he's going to be fouled from the backside. First foul of the half called against Alcoa comes at the 4:28 mark of the 4th quarter. Martin is the man who commits the foul. His first. Nobody's in foul trouble at all. We just had so few fouls. Oak Ridge basketball. Jackson, Kauchak, right corner. Cross court, it goes to Zach to tie it on this three. It's up, in and out. No good. There's Dick Jackson on the rebound. Foul by Pearson. I believe Nick Jackson is they're going to say it was on the floor. It's not a shooting violation. Coach Carringer thought he was going up to shoot. They're not going to get that call. The Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. 48-45 the score, 4:23 to play. Can't complain at all about the officiating. It's been excellent. Oak Ridge basketball. Here's Winfrey. Left corner to tie. They need it. He nailed it. 3-point shot. Steve Winfrey, his second three-pointer. And we've got a tie ball game. 48-48 the score. Big shot by Steve once again.
David was. It's his 6th point of the night. He's got 2 3-pointers, and that's really the only thing he's hitting. Both of those coming here in the second half, so his shot's coming to him here in the second half. Pierce wide open for 3. That's guaranteed for him.
I didn't even look at it. I knew it was going to go. They cannot give him that cushion. They've got to come up and guard him closer because he's knocking him down. 51-48 the score. Oak Ridge down by 3. I agree it is a low percentage shot, but these guys have made it a high percentage shot. Winfrey misses that one. On the rebound, McCartney. Jake McCartney drives in, penetrates in for the layup, and it's good. McCartney scores. It's a 1-point game. 51-50. Oak Ridge down 1 point to Alcoa. 3:34 to play in the basketball game. We've played a few overtime games with these guys. As Alcoa brings the ball down the floor, here it goes to Michael George. George works the ball out to the left wing. Out it goes to Kevin Taylor to Martin, back to Taylor. Taylor looks cross court to Pierce. He's wide open. They're going to go inside of Martin. He's got a 3. It's on its way. No good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. With the basketball will come to Goldmeyer. They're letting Pierce just roam free out here. Jones shifts away from him. If they could get the ball to him, he'd have been open once again. But they did not. And fortunately, the Wildcats have the basketball. Winfrey with it. Out it goes to Goldmeyer. Back to Kauchak. Kauchak in the left corner, backs it up with 2:56 to play. Here's Winfrey. Here he goes to Goldmeyer to Jackson. They're staying in their zone. Wildcats trying to bust that zone with Jackson out on the wing to Goldmeyer. Zach, a three-pointer. They need it. 3 points. Zach Goldmeyer, and Oak Ridge leads by 2. Zach did what you do against a zone. Take the shot if they give it to him, and Oak Ridge leads by 2.
A good shot by Goldmeyer. He picks up his 6-pointer of the night, his first 3-pointer. The other 3 coming from a field goal and a free throw as well. So Zach having a 6-point night.
Here comes Martin driving the baseline to the big guy. He shoots and scores. We've got a tie ball game. 53-53. We've already played 2 overtime games this year as Oak Ridge brings it down the floor with Nick Jackson. Wildcats need to guard the basketball right here. 53-53 the score. 2:13 to play. McCartney outside the 3-point line holds the ball. Hands it off to Goldmeyer, gives it out to the left side. Kauchak is wide open. They tried to get the ball in. Winfrey tried to get it in. Martin recovered just in time to knock it out of bounds. The Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. 53-53 the score. 2:04 to play in the game. Jackson to work it in for Oak Ridge. Nick looks, gives it into Kauchak, left corner. Cross court with a pass to Goldmeyer. Zach thought about penetrating, driving, will not be able to do so. So here's Zach for 3. They need it. No good. Kauchak, 1 dribble, goes up, and he's fouled. Kevin Kauchak, I believe, will shoot some free throws. It is the 4th team foul called against Alcoa. They rule him in the act of shooting, and Kevin Kauchak will have an opportunity to retake the lead for Oak Ridge. Kevin's had a great game, 27 points, hasn't scored in a while. He'll go to the free throw line here. Good free throw shooter. Kauchak on the year, about 70%. First one is good. Oak Ridge by 1. 54-53, 1:54 to play in the ball game. Kevin Kauchak has scored a little over 200 points this year, 2nd on the team. Shot is up, good. Right at 200, I guess I should say, as Oak Ridge retakes the lead by 2. 55-53 the score, 1:50 to play in the ball game. Pierce with the left side, gives it over to Michael George. George around the horn to Taylor. Taylor unable to shoot back. He goes to Stack for 3. He lost it. So he couldn't get the 3 off, but Pierce might shoot it. He's backing up now. He's picked up by Winfrey to Martin. 2-point game, Oak Ridge by 2. Martin at the free throw line, looks, can't get rid of the basketball, now finds Pierce free. Pierce falls down, grabbed on the floor. The Wildcats are all over him. He kicks the ball left side to George. Michael George comes cross court with a pass to Stack. He's free for 3. Clang off the iron, no good. Kauchak on the rebound to Goldmeyer. The Wildcats with the ball and a 2-point lead, 55-53. 1:14 to play in the ball game. Here's Winfrey driving, stopping, cross court. Jackson, 1 dribble. Kauchak won't take the shot. Wildcats back it up. Oak Ridge leading by 2 with the basketball, and now Zach Goldmeyer is fouled by Mr. Daniel Pierce. Only the 5th team foul. 1:04 to play. The Wildcats, very wise decision a moment ago. It looks like they might have tried to draw in and go in and get a shot. They backed it up instead with the lead.
Like you said, a smart move right there. Take the shot back and don't shoot it. Waste some time, David. You got to do that. Work the time off the clock. Zach Goldmeyer is going to bring it back across the time stripe for the Wildcats.
Goldmeyer with it over to McCartney. We're under a minute to play. Oak Ridge by 2, 55-53. McCartney and the Wildcats, they've got the floor spread. 50 seconds to play. McCartney standing in the circle. They're just kind of throwing it over the top of the guy guarding him, and Jake just kind of goes up for it. Jake with it, holding it, back to Goldmeyer. Cross court it goes to Winfrey. Winfrey is then fouled by Pierce. Team foul number 6. We're down to 39 seconds to play in the game. Oak Ridge by 2, 55-53. Wildcats get the basketball again, side court, playing with Winfrey, Kauchak, Goldmeyer, McCartney, and Jackson. Nick Jackson to work it in, does now to Kauchak. Kevin Kauchak is then fouled. Team foul number 6, 37.7 seconds. The next foul will send Oak Ridge to the free throw line. Everybody out on the floor right now is a good free throw shooter. Wildcats will have Jackson to work the ball in, but the Alcoa coaching staff wants to talk about it. We'll hold it right here. Oak Ridge on top, 55-53, trailed by big margin in the 2nd quarter. The Wildcats have come on strong here. It's been a back and forth affair. Great game if you're a fan. Great way for them to open up their gym.
This could be some of the best basketball we've seen the Wildcats play in a long time, David. They played good down in Georgia, but this 2nd half has been a good half of basketball for the Wildcats. Kevin Kauchak doing an outstanding job for him. He's got 29 points. He is 12 of 14 from field goals, David. 12 of 14. One of those misses is because he was fouled on that, and he made both the free throws for that, so he has 29 points. So the only other shot he missed was his very first shot. He got a rebound off of that first shot and put it back up to get the 2. So Kevin Kauchak just all over it tonight. As you said, he's a scoring machine. 29 points, he's got 7 rebounds. I'm sure he'd like to get 3 more rebounds. Don't think it's going to happen, but I'm sure he'd like to and get the double-double. Jacob McCartney did get a double-double tonight. He's got 10 points with 13 rebounds.
55-53, Oak Ridge on top here. 37.7 seconds to play. Oak Ridge to work the ball in. It'll be Nick Jackson. Jackson works it into Goldmeyer. 36 seconds to play. Goldmeyer's going to bring the ball back across the line. The count is on him. He's able to dribble past and then is fouled. Personal foul is going to go against Kevin Taylor. That'll be his 3rd. Now Zach Goldmeyer and the Wildcat team is going to have to hit their free throws. It's one of the bonus here. The way these guys can shoot 3-pointers, you hope he hits both of them here, at least the first one here, to make it a 3-point game. Zach has struggled a little bit at the line recently. He's 1 of 1 tonight. He has 6 points. First one's important. If he gets it, he gets the bonus. Tosses up, good. Nothing but nylon for Zach Goldmeyer. Oak Ridge by 3, 56-53. Trying to make it a 2-possession ball game. 29.9 seconds to play. Zach Goldmeyer, the sophomore, shoots, hits the rim, rattles in good. Oak Ridge by 4, 57-53, 29 seconds to play. Here comes Pierce. Pierce will drive. Pierce pulls up before he shoots. A timeout is asked for by Alcoa. Why don't we take one ourselves? 25 seconds to play in the game. Oak Ridge by 4, 57-53, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. Start that. Back here at Alcoa High School, the Wildcats commit a foul. It'll be Steve Winfrey committing foul number 2, and only the second or third foul called against Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge has plenty of fouls to give here, although they've just changed the fouls. That is the first foul by the Wildcats. They can, third foul, they made a mistake, yes. 22 seconds to play, there's another foul. All Oak Ridge has to do is just foul and foul and foul, and then they won't be able to get a shot off. As long as you don't foul while they're shooting here, it just stops the clock here and makes a little time go off the clock. 21 seconds to play. Oak Ridge by 4, 57-53. They've got a new guy in the ballgame inbounding. That's Nick Pasqua. He works the ball inside. They're going to commit another personal foul. Pierce tried to pretend as if he were shooting to try to get some free throws, but that wasn't the case. We're down to 20 seconds. The 4th team foul called. Pasqua will work the ball in once again. 57-53. Sophomore works it into Pierce. Pierce works the ball around the right side, pulls up, shoots off the glass, no good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge, and the Wildcats step out of bounds with it. It'll be Alcoa basketball. 14.5 seconds to play. Good effort by the Wildcats. Alcoa gets it underneath their goal, trailing Oak Ridge by 4. 57-53. Alcoa will work the ball in. Jeremy Stack to work it in from the baseline. The Wildcats fronting him hard. They work it into Pierce. 14, 13. Here's Pasqua driving, stopping, shooting on his way. Clang off the iron, no good. Martin on the rebound, walks with the basketball. Oak Ridge basketball. 7.1 seconds to play. Oak Ridge by 4. And I believe, let's see, they'll substitute. 4-point game. Oak Ridge to work the ball in. Jonathan?
David, this is a good close game. I told the fans at the beginning it'd be a close game, and we've got fans leaving this ball game. I can't believe they'd be leaving right now. Oak Ridge with a full court pass. Zach Goldmeyer running around with the ball, trying to keep from getting fouled. He does. He was fouled, but they aren't going to call that. They let it go. And Oak Ridge Wildcats win this ball game 57-53. A close game all the way. They were down by 9 in the second quarter. Brought it back for a 4-point win, 57-53.
So the Wildcats really don't greet this homecoming too well for Alcoa. Their first ball game in this gym, a kind of a rude start to their new facility here. Oak Ridge comes in, beats them in the girls game, beats them in the boys game. They did win the JV ball game, which, if there's any consolation, but the Wildcats have come to Alcoa and they have swept the varsity ball games.
That kind of be like going to a 64-team tournament and winning the 64th place, David. Oak Ridge taking both the varsity games and also scoring all 4 of the first points. 2 in the girls game, 2 in the boys game. Oak Ridge doing a great job tonight, and both teams pulling out victories. 57-53 for the boys, 77-48 for the girls.
And we'll be back to talk about them here on AM 1290 WATO. We're also on BBB Communications Channel 12. Thanks for watching the replay. If you're tuning us off here on Channel 12, we're going to send it back to Cynthia. We'll be back on the radio to talk about the game statistically following this 2-minute timeout.